Today, so we are going to discuss like what is your system configuration. Okay, finding out how to check the system configuration, different ways to check the system configuration in Windows operating system. Of course, in a different operating system, different ways are there. In Windows itself, we have a different ways to get a system configuration. And there is a common question is also there. What is your system configuration? So we'll discuss about what is the system configuration, how to check the system configuration. So today is the 28th May 2024. Okay. And for yourself, I will tell these two things, but you have to see these things also in your mobile phone. You have a mobile, either it is iPhone or an Android phone, whatever it is. Guys, check your mobile phone configuration also because it's a one of the common question. Okay. Better to know about what you have. That is the point. At least you know what you have. That is important. So that's the point. Okay. So finding out what is, so you should check yourself what is your mobile phone related kind of stuff. Like what is a mobile phone processor, RAM, storage, operating system, and some one or two additional features if you want to add it. Like you want to buy a new mobile phone, what you will check it. So like that, what you have a mobile phone, those kind of stuff. And another common thing, so because of it's all public knowledge kind of stuff only. It's not like a technician, non-technician kind of stuff. It's about any person can do know about these things. Okay. And this is another one, Android and iOS, iPhone differences. You are using Android, and I'm asking question, why can't you go for iPhone? If I using iPhone, why it is and not Android? Like this one. So what is the difference, guys? Not required core operating system details, not a programming details. Okay, architecture details not required. Basic featuretic differences is important. Android and iOS, basic featuretic differences are important. Like for example, if I am using Android, I can install any kind of an applications, and Android is comes under lesser cost. Okay, so like that. So other than yeah, someone is trying to say something. Navya, mute button is not. Some are added. I am not able to get it. Oh, we'll see that one later. Okay. So what is Android? Like if, for example, I can install any kind of application, vast variety of application support is there, and comes in my budget. Mobile phones are available. iPhone starting cost is above 50,000, right? 60, 70,000. It is a cost will start, and you cannot use all different kind of applications itself. And of course, iPhone is a secure one, but still it is a very costly one for me. Okay. So like that, there is a positive things and negative things about both operating system based on the feature differences. Find out some basic things yourself. You have a knowledge, lot of knowledge is there on it. So you can try it. Okay. So here it is, Windows. Okay. So you are using most of us, we are using Windows operating system, either Windows 10 or Windows 11, and some of people are use MacBooks. So what is the difference? Again, not required to go for a core operating system details. Go to the basic functionality related. So for example, Windows support lot of different types of applications are available. And Windows also comes under my cost availability. My within my budget, I can afford Windows operating system. And I know I'm much better to manage my Windows operating system, more user friendly kind of stuff. Okay. So like that, my required applications without any purchasing or without taking some user authentication, I can able to download and install. But comes into the Apple MacBook. Not every application won't support. Okay. And every application I have to get it from the most of the applications I have to get it from the that store only. Okay. Some applications compulsory have to use the license kind of stuff. Okay. So like that. So find out certain differences between Windows and Apple MacBooks and Android mobiles and iOS phones. Okay. And find out your mobile phone configuration. This is your duty, not my duty. Insert. Okay, guys, you got this point?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So try
Yes, sir.
yourself, find out the things from here. Okay. Next, we'll go to our actual thing, system configuration. Guys, if anybody asks what is your system configuration, maybe in an interview or maybe if someone asking what is your system config, or you should know your system configuration first of all. So what are the key things you should check it? What first one is about your CPU. What is your CPU? Which company? Which model? Which version? Okay, like that. A lot of information is about a CPU. Okay, is it Intel or AMD? Which model? It is i5 or i3 or a Ryzen processor like that. What is its clock speed? What is its cache memory? Number of cores, number of logical processor is 32-bit or 64-bit. You must know it. And if you are having a laptop or a desktop, find out what is your RAM. Depends upon RAM, you can work on it, right? So what is your RAM capacity? Which model of the RAM it is? Okay, what is its clock speed? So like that information. And know about your storage. You have a hard disk or maybe you have an SSD. So what type of storage device you are using for internal storage and what it is size. And what operating system you are using. Are you using a Windows operating system or Windows 11 operating system? Which edition it is? Okay. Which type of like other operating system, like are you using Ubuntu or maybe you are using a Apple MacBook kind of stuff, means Mac OS you are using. These are all information is important. And optionally it is optionally GPU, graphical processor unit. Graphic card is the optional part. Okay, if you have some people are having graphic cards inside, some people are not. So if you have it, go for it. If you do not have, it's okay. Okay. So knowing about your system configuration is also an important. Not only in a someone asking an interview. Okay, it's all about you. We should know it first of all. Okay. So why we required? Why to know it? So I said they will ask people interviewing, but there is an important thing. For example, you want to install an applications, majorly bigger applications you want to install mainly, and you must know the compatibility related to that application. Okay, want to install, I want to install some application, I want to install something like Eclipse application I want to install, or maybe I want to install some Informatica tool I want to install, or maybe I want to install a Microsoft Office, or maybe I want to install some VMware workstation, or I want to run certain games, COD games I want to run. Okay, means Call of Duty game, or maybe some Fortnite game I want to install. So, is my system is supporting that type of applications or games or virtual machines? Okay, and number of applications you at a time access. So, is your system is supporting or not? If you know your system configuration, so then you will know, can you install this application or not? Can you able to run this application or not? Okay. Can we run multiple applications or not? That we can understand. How many applications, services, browsers we can able to browser tabs we can able to run at a time. Okay. So every application when you are going through it, minimum or recommended requirements to install. You have to check is a minimum or a recommended. things are supporting there or not, like CPU, RAM, hard disk space, and operating system support and bit version, and application supporting environment. Like I want to install some application, it may require a Java runtime environment. If I want to install an application, it requires .NET environment. I want to install a game, it maybe require some gaming environment. Okay, it's a kind of stuff. Okay, if you know and if you follow the exact things like a minimum requirements install an applications, so if you follow that one, you can easily run your application and smoothly you can run the application. That's why we should know it. For example, I install an application, it has happened a few years back. One of my cousin brother want to install this application, SolidWorks. Okay, he want to install this SolidWorks application. He's a mechanical engineering candidate, so he want this SolidWorks. It is 3D AutoCAD designing one. Okay, so if he want to install it, so what I have to check it? Check the system requirements. Go to this. When he has a 4 GB RAM, so it is not supporting. Okay, it is not showing properly. It is okay. That's always comes. Okay, so compulsory you have to check it. So you must have a Intel or AMD 64-bit processor, 16 GB or more, 8 GB or more schematic purpose, and graphical card is required. One second. Sorry, guys. Yeah. If you see the minimum requirements, like a minimum requirement is 16 GB RAM, solid state drive is required, SSD is required, graphic card is required, like that. What is a minimum and what is recommended? What is minimum, what is recommended? Guys, minimum is used for to install an application, okay? But recommended, if you meet the recommended, it means you can run application and you can run it is in a smooth manner. Okay, so what we have done, he has a 4 GB RAM. So actually that time that version is supporting 8 GB only. Okay, so it's required a minimum 8 GB RAM. So what we have done, so we add 8 GB to it, means 4 plus 8, it become 12 GB. Then we install this SolidWorks and it runs smoothly. Okay, that is why we should know about a system configuration. Not only about that, I'm given one example, but in case you are using some applications, so better to know about your system config. Before you are installing any application, if you check that application minimum or recommended requirements to install an application, so then if it is meet, if you meet the recommended requirement of an to install an application, hardware requirements, so then you can install it. Okay, that's why you should know about a system configuration. It's not anything. Okay, if your system performs lower, so why low? Always when system is slower, automatically we blame on the virus. My system is completely virus, so that's why system is slower. But check it, your system is If the hardware is good, means is up to the mark as you are using applications, background applications, startup applications, services. Okay, is optimum level it is working, or maybe it is more load or less load like that. Okay, so that is why we should know your system configuration. Not only this, also if system performance lower, so also it is better, you will understand why it is slow if you know your system configuration and system utilization. Yeah, understand guys, why should we check system configuration? Be sure. Guys, understand?
Yes, sir.
Good. Next, how to check system configuration? You should know your system configuration, but how to check system configuration? There is a different ways to get a system configuration. You can use MS Info 32 in a search box or a run command. You will get the system information. Or you can use dx so then you will get a know about your system configuration as well as a graphic card information also, graphical memory information. Or you can type in a search about your PC, or you can go to Windows button settings, system and about. So there also you can find your basic system configuration. I can see that you can go to the task manager. From task manager also you can get about your CPU, RAM and a disk and a graphic card information also. And there is a command line command is also there called systeminfo.exe. And you can use a third party tools like a spicy. Okay, using this spicy you can also can able to get it. The first one I will try to show you, that is called a ms info 32. You can type in a search. You can see I typed in a search, it is showing system information. Okay, same thing you can use under run also. For example, you open run and put ms info 32, it will open. Okay, so if you observe here, it is my operating system. Yeah, it is already on it. So can you see it is my operating system? What operating system I'm using? Windows 10 Pro Edition. In your system, it may show Home Edition. I'm having Pro Edition because it's a company laptop. And another one is my computer name, of course. See my processor, Intel 10210U model. And what is it? And if you expand this line, so you can find number of cores kind of thing. But currently, what is my processor? And another important one is my physical memory. What is meant by physical memory? What is meant by physical memory? RAM. So I have 16 GB of RAM, Intel i5 10210U CPU, and Windows 10 Pro operating system. And you want to get to know the storage. So the storage thing is available under components, storage, click on the disk. So there it is, you can find the disk size, 500 GB hard disk. Okay. So using a MS Info 32. Guys, understand how to get it using a MS Info 32? MS config. MS Info 32 is different. MS Info 32 is for system information. MS config to configuration of your system. You can configure your system. Okay. This MS config will tell you how to start up your system with a normal startup or diagnostic startup, or maybe safe mode startup and services startup tools like that. This is the kind of stuff you will get. And in some options like a number of cores at a time increases, okay, timed out kind of stuff. Some are the settings related on it. It's not about your system configuration. It's not about system information. MS config is related to configuration. Okay, not information. Okay, MS config is to configure your system. Certain things you can able to configure using like a boot apps, safe mode kind of stuff like that. Okay. Next one is DX diag. DX diag. Same thing, same command you can type in a run also. Okay, you can run the command. So it's a run command. What is a DX diag? It is a DirectX diagnostics tool. So again, it is also telling you, so what is your CPU? So can you see what is my processor? Okay, what is my operating system? Okay, what is my RAM? It is showing only a memory. My RAM, 16 GB RAM, i5 processor, Windows 10, Pro Edition, and it is a 64-bit OS. Okay. Next one is, if you go to the display tab, see my system tab, go to the display tab, and you can see what graphical memory it is having. Okay. See, I went to the display tab. So built-in graphical means within the processor, inside your CPU, there is a small graphical memory is there. So we built inside your CPU, that is UHD graphics. Okay. And it is a display memory is 128 MB memory only. It's not actually graphic card. It gives a certain memory to give a display, better display kind of stuff. 128 memory, almost all I can get like a 4K type of display kind of stuff. Okay. And it is a shared memory. So the shared memory, total memory is not actual graphic card memory. It is your graphic card memory. If you have a graphic card, you can change like it is two options it will shows for your both graphic cards. So there you can change it and find out your graphic card actual memory and built-in processor graphical memory. Okay. So that is another way to find out your system configuration. And one more is there, that is like a go to the settings, go to system, go to about. There you can find your system configuration. And without doing all these steps, in the search box, type about your PC. Okay, type about your PC. If you open, same thing will display. Okay, so we'll take a screenshot and we'll discuss. So go to the settings under system. If you scroll down, you will find about or type about your PC. Okay. So what we can able to get it, like what is your processor, installed RAM. See, it is showing here RAM. Earlier it is memory. Therefore, before that one it is physical memory. All are same one. Okay. You are getting your processor, RAM, and your operating system also. And it is your 64-bit processor. Guys, understand how to check the system configuration with the three options I told. One is MS Info 32, DX Diag, another one is about your PC.
Understood, sir.
Good. Okay. And another and very easy one is Task Manager. Like any option, guys, you can choose any option to check your system configuration, and which one is more easier, better for you, you can speak about it. Okay. Here is a Task Manager. So how to open this Task Manager? In the search, you can type Task Manager. Okay. So simply you can open Task Manager. Another one is you can go to run, type task mgr, or in a command prompt also you can type task mgr to open the Task Manager. Okay. And this is called a task bar. This entire bar we call it as a the task bar, the black one. This is a task bar in the bottom. If you right click and you can see this is the Task Manager. You can open Task Manager like this also. Or you can press Alt Control Delete, entire screen will be gone and you got some options. In that one also there is a Task Manager. And direct shortcut is also there. Control Shift Escape. Like this also you can open the Task Manager. When you open the Task Manager for very first time, it shows the screen like this. If you click on the more details, it will expand. Okay. And here it is shows in under the process what are the processor running, how much CPU, how much memory, how much disk, how much graphical memory, how much network. Okay. It is consuming by each and every process it can able to see. The Task Manager is meant for to see the current status of system, what is the processor resources consumption is there, like how much my CPU is utilizing, how much RAM it is utilizing, disk is utilizing, and Wi-Fi, my network is utilizing, my graphic card is utilizing. So there we can able to see, we can see from the each and every process side our overall performance of system, we can able to view it. But this time we are using to get our information. Okay. One way or other way, so there's certain information you will miss it, guys. In a MS Info 32, it will display all the information, means your CPU, RAM, operating system, and if you go to the storage and component, storage and disk information also you will get it. But remaining places, one information you will miss, like a disk information you are missing, or a operating system information you are missing, kind of stuff is there. Okay, but here also we will get some information. See, it is what's about, it is about your CPU. And CPU other details also you are getting. Number of cores, number of logical processor, is virtualization is enabled or not. And another one is the cache memory, the clock speed you are getting. Okay, current utilization of the CPU is also you are getting. Okay. And next one is you are also able to getting a memory. What is a memory? Memory means your RAM, memory, physical memory or total memory, it is your RAM. What is my RAM? 16 GB. What is the RAM clock speed? Okay. What type of form factor it is showing here. And you can also, a very important thing is availability of RAM. I have a 16 GB RAM and I am getting only 7 GB availability. How much I am consuming? Almost all 9 GB I am utilizing. Some go for reservation, but still it is 9 GB totally utilized by system. So lot of unnecessary things are running in my system. I have to reduce those things. So then I can able to get it. So if you check the performance, see Google Chrome tabs are more utilizing. Teams, Edge, these all utilizing. So I'm closing two tabs of my Edge browser So it is little reduces. See, I can go to the performance 7.1, 7.2. It will come. Okay. Cron tabs. These tabs also more. So better I will close one or two. This also I'm closed. So see, availability means the more you're utilizing, more available memory will be. Means lesser available. So lesser you utilize, more available memory. So from my memory, from total memory and available memory, I can understand. Can I run one more application? Can I run another virtual machine? Like that. Okay. Of course, I have a 16 GB of memory. My RAM is 16 GB. Available memory also, you must know it. Not required to tell, but you must know it. Hard disk. I have only one disk, that is SSD type, and 500 GB hard disk it is. This is my Wi-Fi. So see how it is sending and receiving packets. So then I can understand there is a communication, which means there is a packet sending and receiving is there. Network is function good. And here it is, my graphical card. I have only 128 MB, but it is showing me 8 GB as shared memory. And it is utilizing that point also. Okay. So here it is. With the help of task manager also we are getting about CPU information, memory information, disk information, graphical card information also. Okay. Guys, understand use of task manager. So how to check system information. Okay. And how to check the processor utilization, process utilization. Guys, please. Hmm? Understand, guys, task manager. How to check with task manager.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Guys, this application called as Spicy. It's a free downloadable application only. This we no need to require to download and install the Spice because really we don't require. It's also from CC Cleaner company only. Okay. But thing is, you want to know the deep details of each and everything. For example, about your processor and inside your processor, like what how many cache memories and all. If you want to dig up more information, so there you can find it. Okay, RAM information, hard disk information, motherboard information, each and every detailed wise you want it, you can use this one. Okay, and all overall summary also you can get it. Okay, summary. Windows 10 Pro Insider View i3 processor and what kind of CPU technology it is 16 GB RAM and motherboard is HP motherboard, graphical memory and storage. It is having two dual storage kind of stuff. One is SSD and one is normal hard disk. No optical drive. Okay, and no audio definition kind of stuff. So each and every peripheral, you click on the storage related detailed information, you will get it. Okay, so this is the use of Spice. Okay, it's a third party application. It's not a by default tool. It is you have to download and install to get that information like this. Okay, guys, which way you are finding about your operating system, it does not matter. If a matter is what is your system configuration. How to check system configuration? You can tell I can go to MS Info 32. Or you can tell I use a task manager to get to know my system configuration. You can tell I use a DX diagram to know about my system configuration. Okay. So like that, any which ways you can able to know your system configuration. But once you know your system configuration, put it in one place. In generally, I'll ask people to put it on a one blog is there, so that classroom blog. So people put there. Okay. Now I'm using only for that purpose only, but I am not implementing. Maybe I will try for your batch also. Okay. So we'll see that one. See CPU, RAM, storage, OS, and GPU. Again, I told graphical card required, graphical memory required things are optional. Important is 1, 2, 3, 4. And fifth is optional part. What is my CPU? i5 10210U CPU. So I put only CPU information. If I want to add my cache memory 6 MB, I can add it. I can add my 4 core 8 thread processor, I can add it. Okay, if I want to add my clock speed, I can add it. But at least to least basic about my CPU, Intel i5 10210 processor. I'm using 16 GB RAM. I'm getting this 16 GB RAM. Okay, storage is 500 GB hard disk. Okay, 500 GB hard disk. Operating system is Windows 10 Pro. And GPU Intel UHD graphics 128 MB. Okay, so this is my system configuration. Find out your system configuration and put a note in it. Okay, that is the first part. Guys, understand how to check system configuration, why to check system configuration, and finally, if you are getting this question like what is your system configuration, my system configuration is CPU Intel i5 1024210U model or 10th generation of i5 processor, 16 GB RAM, 500 GB SSD, Windows 10 Pro operating system, like that. Okay, that's the way you tell our answer. Got the point, guys, up to here? No one is responding.
Understood, sir.
Very good. The next part we are going to see about a boot processing. About boot processing. So I'll take a 5 minutes of break. So then we'll start with what is a boot processing. Two times I will tell guys what is a boot processing, step by step explanation. And the second time I will tell there will be an issues. Two times issue will occur. So mainly those two things I will explain. So at boot processing, what kind of issues, how you will resolve those kind of stuff, how to look into it.
Okay, sir.
Okay. Okay. So take 5 minutes break, come back at so 3:40, 3:45. Take more time.